Uncle Broken Cloud here with us today. This is, I feel a lot of love being in ceremony with you. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vernal. I am a liberation lawyer at the Sustainable Economies Law Center. And I'm extremely honored to be part of the team that supported Core Magazine to create this first of its kind liberation easement on Homefulness 1. An easement is a legal tool that gives the holder of the easement the permanent right to access and use this land. Today, we are witnessing Core Magazine give Segurate these permanent rights to access, co-steward, and conduct ceremony on this land. More importantly, this easement gives Segurate the right to directly take title to this land if future generations violate the spirit of homefulness and try to sell the land on the speculative market. This is because if this land ever gets monetized, if residents start paying rent, the sacred relationships on this land devolve into transaction, and the spirit of homefulness is sapped. So the liberation easement is a pivotal example of land liberation and rematriation in action. I'll start by saying that lawyers usually do a lot more damage than good, even with the best intentions. This should come as no surprise since capitalism is built on the hard violence of the sword and the soft violence of law. Many times the law prevents us from self-determination, from living the way we want by putting restrictions on the use of land or what we can build because it affects so-called property values. This easement is one of the rare examples when we can use the tools of the master against itself to break away from the dominant logic of property ownership by permanently unselling this land. I want to talk about what this easement protects. Homefulness is a sanctuary of healing for both formerly houseless, now homeful residents, and for house neighbors who have been so gentrifucked in the mind, such as myself, by the spirit of capitalism, right? And have lost our way, right? Capitalism produces alienation or separation from ourselves from other living beings. I lost that sense of connection for many years. The more I was leaning into this career of being a lawyer, the more I felt my ego expand, and the more I saw every relationship in transactional terms. I saw others in my profession want to get there, so I wanted to get mine as well from the rest of the world. I thought having the ability to live alone was a status marker because I had lived with so many roommates in the past. But instead, I developed many unhealthy habits as a way to cope for my alienation and disconnection. I damaged many relationships along the way, including with my own parents. But homefulness has taught me that human beings aren't naturally isolated, and we can create the conditions for connection if we co-create community where we can be seen, where our voices can be heard, where we can receive support and healing. For example, I think about how different my childhood would have been if I had community nurturing my spiritual, somatic, and intellectual growth. My parents only prioritized my intellect. They would get physical with me if I didn't perform well in school. I had no friends growing up because every waking minute I was compelled to study or practice music. And then I see the youth who are part of Decolonize Academy here at Homefulness, who are being taught by residents and elders, taught to harness their creativity and self-expression. They are getting an embodied and spiritual education, and they're developing political acumen to navigate between the world of capitalism and beyond. I haven't told him this, but I look up to Tibu. Where's Tibu? Tibu! Oh, there he is. Yeah, I mean, Tibu, the ease in which you can rock the drums and dance so freely has been parts of my own humanity that I've neglected and forgotten and lost. And the commitment you've expressed to ancestors and to Mama Dee, to Tiny, for raising you with love and homefulness is the way I want to relate to my own mother.
Oh!
I can see the power of hopefulness in building the current youth, and this liberation easement will extend the sacred legacy for several generations to come and beyond. By naming Sigorte as the easement holder, the liberation easement also recognizes that homefulness can only exist as a community if we first get in the right relationship with the original inhabitants and protectors of this land. Permission must be given to caretake and co-steward the land. I'll end by saying that the impact of hopefulness extends far beyond current residents to touch those of us housed neighbors in the ecosystem. Clearly, my relationships with hopefulness residents have touched me and have helped in restoring my own connection to Mama Earth and with all living beings. So for those of you who are housed and want to experience the community of hopefulness, I encourage you to come to People's School on the 23rd and 24th of this month and learn directly from other poverty scholars and residents here at Hopefulness. And I'll end by sharing this short prayer that a Tewa elder just shared with me, but just goes like, thank you for this land, our body. And it's as simple as that, and something I say each morning.
Oh, my tail.